Today we're going to dive into the age-old question. I need a bigger, more expensive home, but I need all the equity out of my home in order to purchase my new home. There are three options that I can think of that can help you sell your house, buy a new house, and not be homeless in between. All right, guys, Jeremy Kane, eXp Realty here. Thanks for tuning in. So excited to dive into this very common question I get. A lot of times I hear, hey, Jeremy, how's it going? I want to sell my house. All my money's in my house. People don't even think like, okay, I have to sell my house. I have to buy my house. If you're going to hold on to both, you do or traditionally would have to qualify for both homes at the same time, which, as you know, in this market with rising prices could be pretty difficult with a higher loan amount. So today, let's talk about way one. This is the most common, kind of the old school way. You basically sell your house and you put it back on the market, or put your house on the market and you get it under contract. A good agent will make the sale of your home contingent on you finding a replacement home. That is very difficult though, because you are still out there writing contingent offers. So when you see that contingency, the seller of the house you want to purchase may be anti taking that contingency and doing that. So what we can do also in this is we could sell your home and close on it and get a post-closing occupancy. The trick there is that you are only allowed 60 days if you do have a loan. If your new buyer has a loan, they have to move into the home as their primary residence within 60 days. So that's kind of the way that we've always done it. But as you know, with this very hot and busy market, it sometimes is not the best route, because we can't just say, okay, my next home, my move-up home or my next home, whatever it is, may not be there or may not be available. So it may take some time to find that. So that's why those contingencies are a little bit tight. And not to mention, if the seller of your next home is looking at multiple offers, they're going to say, well, this one doesn't have to sell, so this is more of a sure thing. We're not relying on, your buyer's loan and things like that. So that is something that the industry's kind of wrestled with. I'm proud to say I've never really had a homeless client. Some clients have sold their home and decided to move in with a friend or a parent or something relative, and then find a house that's technically, in my opinion, not homeless. So the whole point is we want to move people from one house to the other, access their equity, and still keep a roof over their head. So that's where we're at. So I've been lucky enough to go the contingency way and say, okay, this person, we're under contract, here we are. I communicate with the agents very well, but it's not a sure thing, and sometimes it could backfire. Way number two to do this with a little bit less stress would be to access a HELOC. Now, I will warn you that don't commit loan fraud. Make sure that the HELOC servicer understands what you're trying to do there, because there are certain HELOCs that you can and can't do, or things you can and can't do with a home equity line of credit. That's what a HELOC stands for. You can access the funds. I know people that have gotten a HELOC or have an open HELOC. Maybe they got it to do a repair on their home or something like that. And now, all of a sudden the perfect house comes on the market and they use those funds. Obviously, when you close on the sale of your home, you're going to pay that HELOC off. So it's just a way to access your equity, but please don't commit loan fraud. Make sure you're upfront and honest with the banker who's helping you out. And next, there is some new programs that I kind of want to talk about. There's a program called Knock. There's a program called HomeLight. And I am certified in both of those. And these programs are great, but they do cost money. So if you're stressed out, you don't want that headache of, where am I going to go? Or, maybe that you're going to be picky and you don't want to settle on anything. Is this, buying obviously your next house, the house you're going to live in, is something you don't want to settle on. So these programs can come in. Sometimes they can offer you like a bridge type program where they give you cash to purchase the home. You close on that house, and then you can get a loan through them after, you can do that. But these also programs actually have the ability to purchase your house or make an offer on your house, so that you have that, and then they can finance your new home just like your new loan. And some of these programs will even pay your old mortgage for a certain amount of time. Now, I say they're paying your mortgage, but you actually are paying it. They just, up your payback amount as you go. Now, these things are not cheap. They do come, usually with a 1% fee or 2% fee, and that kind of varies program to program. There are also lenders who have kind of manufactured a way to do this within their own situation. HomeLight and Knock are lenders, but they're more industrial type lenders, where, our private lenders out there are always coming up with programs to help people out, and maybe they can do some sort of bridge loan is essentially what these programs are. I know in HomeLight, you can actually purchase your new home. Obviously, you have to have the right loan to value amount and things like that. They're not taking huge risks on these. You can purchase your new home, move into it, and then actually borrow against some more of your equity to fix it up and make it the best for the market and improve it and things like that. So there are all kinds of offers out there. Also, my company offers a program called Express Offers, where we have access to all sorts of lenders and things like that, and we can put your listing out to them. Those are typically cash deals, and you can usually play the market a little bit better, and you have a little more time and a little more leeway. Obviously, you'd sell your house for a cash offer, and then kind of be a renter. It just depends on the investor and what that does. But the bottom line is there are programs out there if you are in that situation. The whole point of all of this is not to have a homeless client. So what I do is typically find that situation, see if any of these programs would work, see if you have access to a HELOC, or maybe borrow some money from a family member. You can't borrow it for a loan, it has to be a gift, but you see my point there. And then, just look at the whole situation. Sometimes we have to go with the old school way. Reason one, let's list your house and put it on the market. What I do recommend is that we go out and scout and make sure that next home is going to be available. So we usually go out, look at a few houses and say, okay, like I would buy A, B, and C. Once we get to that point and there's 3 houses, or maybe we go a couple of times, there's 3 houses you would buy, we can try and buy them contingent and see how that goes. Typically, those will not be available when your house goes under contract or sells. So we make sure that you are ready to go, so that when that time comes and we do list your home, we know that we can find you a replacement home in short order. And once your house goes under contract, then we're going to hit the ground running. We may not be in the best place right then to get under contract, but I have gotten people under contract recently with that, the next day or two, which is awesome. But every day that goes by while you're doing your home sale, you are stronger and stronger. So that's all I got today. Thanks for tuning in. Jeremy Kane, eXp Realty here, always here to talk and strategize and find the best way to get you buying and selling your home. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.